Simplilearn. Your pace, your place.
Hello, and welcome to Microsoft SharePoint 2010 certification courses by Simplilearn. These courses will help you learn about the Microsoft SharePoint 2010 web applications platform from an end user's perspective and from an IT professional's perspective. The comprehensive range of capabilities of Microsoft SharePoint 2010 is explained in detail and with practical examples through these courses. While you go through a course, you should keep trying out the demonstrations as well to fully comprehend the course. Let's look at what we are going to talk about in this introductory lesson. We will first explain what Microsoft SharePoint is all about. Next, we will talk about the relationship between SharePoint 2010 and SharePoint Designer 2010. We will then discuss about the different learning paths for SharePoint 2010 based on your objective behind learning SharePoint. We will then proceed to give you an overview of the training program for SharePoint 2010 from an end user's perspective that leads to a Microsoft Office Specialist or MOS certification. We will also give you an overview of how to get certified as an MOS on SharePoint 2010. After this, we will proceed to the associate level training on SharePoint for IT professionals. We will start by talking about the Microsoft Certified Technology Specialist or MCTS. We will then discuss about some of the Microsoft SharePoint 2010 learning tracks available to get certified as an MCTS. This will be followed by a description of the key courses available for each learning track. We will also discuss how you can go about taking up the available certification exams to become an MCTS. Microsoft SharePoint is a multi-purpose web application platform that caters to common organizational web requirements. In addition to this core functionality, Microsoft SharePoint has broader capabilities that include business intelligence, compliance functions, and organizational structure incorporation. The most recent release of the software is named Microsoft SharePoint 2010. While Microsoft SharePoint 2010 is a web application and development platform, SharePoint Designer 2010 is an application that focuses exclusively on the design aspects of SharePoint-based sites. It uses the building blocks provided in SharePoint 2010 to facilitate no-code solutions for common business scenarios like business intelligence solutions, collaborative site requirements, human workflows, and so on. As displayed on the screen, out of the 6 main features of SharePoint 2010, SharePoint Designer 2010 involves itself with the composite features like exposing SharePoint data through web services and AIPs, providing sandboxed solutions for self-service and fast installation, and process automation and data validation through web-based forms. The path that you take to learn about SharePoint 2010 would depend upon your current work profile and in the role in which you want to use SharePoint. If you are an end user and your work involves customizing and modifying an existing SharePoint site or application based on business needs, you should go for the end user course on SharePoint 2010. If, however, you are an IT professional and are looking to develop and configure applications on SharePoint, as well as administer the SharePoint installation itself, you should take up the associate level training on SharePoint 2010. The associate level training is also called MCTS, which we will explain shortly. In the next section, we take up the learning path for end users that leads up to a Microsoft Office Specialist, or MOS, certification from Microsoft. This online courseware for end-user training on Microsoft SharePoint 2010 has a total of 10 modules. Out of these 10 modules, 6 modules are on Microsoft SharePoint 2010 and 4 modules are on Microsoft SharePoint Designer 2010. Please go over these lessons, listed on the screen to understand what they are. If you are a project manager professional, that is, PMP from Project Management Institute, that is PMI, you get 30 PDUs as part of this course to renew your credential. Those of you who are not PMP, not to worry, as this course still helps you to get a hold on Microsoft SharePoint software for deploying a business-featured web service. Please make a note that this entire online course is developed by Microsoft Corporation and made available to you 24/7 by Simplilearn. We also suggest you try out a sample lesson from the actual course by clicking on the Try Out a Sample Lesson link on the slide to get a feel of the kind of courseware that you can expect to get from this. In the next slide, we will focus on Microsoft Office Specialist on SharePoint 2010 Certification Exam for End Users. Once you have gone through the entire courseware and have understood how Microsoft SharePoint works, the next logical step would be to go and get certified and showcase your expertise. The hyperlink listed on the screen helps you book your certification exam in a nearby Certiport center. After successfully completing the exam, you can call yourself an MOS, Microsoft SharePoint 2010. Let us now touch upon the associate level training on SharePoint 2010 for IT professionals leading to a Microsoft Certified Technology Associate, or MCTS certification. The terms MCTS refers to an umbrella of associate level certifications from Microsoft. These certifications are meant for IT professionals seeking a certification as the foundation for their IT career. Accordingly, the audience profile for these certifications on Microsoft SharePoint 2010 comprise of IT professionals and developers having a basic level of experience in Microsoft SharePoint or related technologies. As an MCTS certified professional, you can benefit greatly from the stamp of approval of your expertise. In addition, you also get access to exclusive Microsoft Certified Professional or MCP resources on completion of the certification. Microsoft Certified Professional, or MCP, is a general term used to refer to anyone who has completed any of the Microsoft's certifications. This means that even if you complete just one MCTS certification, you immediately become an MCP, and you can avail exclusive MCP resources. As a further value addition, you can build on your MCTS certification to further earn expert-level certifications. These expert-level certifications for a specific Microsoft technology require the completion of multiple MCTS certifications on the same technology. In the next section, we will discuss about the major learning tracks available for the MCTS SharePoint 2010 certification. As can be seen on the screen, there are two major learning tracks available for the MCTS SharePoint 2010 certification. If you are a professional interested in developing enterprise-class web applications that reflect the business logic involved in each functionality, you can consider taking up the Application Development Learning track. This would give you an in-depth exposure to elements like business logic development, SharePoint data access and usage, and working with the various components available in SharePoint. On the other hand, if you are more inclined towards an IT administrator role or the role of an IT business operations professional, you would need to look at the Configuration Learning track for SharePoint 2010. Through this, you will learn about the installing and administering a SharePoint 2010 environment, deploying application using this environment, and maintaining it effectively to ensure business continuity. Simplilearn provides separate courses for each of these learning tracks, which can be purchased individually as per the fee mentioned on the Simplilearn site. Simplilearn also provides package discounts from time to time when you purchase both courses together. Please contact our 24/7 chat support directly to avail such offers. With this understanding of the major professional level learning tracks for Microsoft SharePoint 2010, let us now take a look at the courses available for each learning track. Each of the two learning tracks discussed in the previous section has its own set of courses covering various topics on SharePoint 2010 configuration, as well as on application development. Please take a minute to go through the lessons listed on the screen to understand what they are. Please note that both these on-demand online courses are developed by Microsoft Corporation and made available to you 24/7 by Simplilearn. In the next section, we will focus on some of the Microsoft Certified Technology Specialist certification paths available. Once you have gone through the complete courseware on one of the learning tracks, the next logical step is to get certified and showcase your experience. The hyperlinks listed on the screen will help you book your certification exams at a nearby Prometric Center. This is one MCTS certification available for each of the learning tracks on Microsoft SharePoint 2010. Each of the certifications involves taking up one exam as shown on the screen. After successfully completing the relevant exam, you can call yourself MCTS SharePoint 2010 for one of the learning tracks. Thank you for going over this introductory lesson on MCTS and MOS certification courses for Microsoft SharePoint 2010. If you have some questions, please feel free to speak with our customer support representatives who are available 24/7 to assist you. Happy learning!